Arctic Monkeys. Alex Turner, I'm comfortable with the idea that things don't have to be a pop song. The most influential frontman of his generation is also the least at ease with it. He discusses abandoning rock norms, singing from the gut and treading the fine line between cryptic and gooey on new album The Car. Not for the first time, Alex Turner has lost his train of thought. In a booth of a downtown Manhattan diner, the Arctic Monkeys frontman is hunched forward, grasping for words to describe their new album, a black tie orgy of cinematic soul, lurid funk and perfumed 60s strings. A waiter swoops in to save him. Would Turner like some milk for his coffee? I'll have a bit of milk, yes please, he says. She returns a minute later, and Turner, having strung together no more than half a sentence, eagerly tops up his mug. Okay, he says, rubbing his hands. Okay. Now we've got it. During our 2-hour conversation, the affable introvert is delightfully animated. He bashes imaginary woodblocks, sprawls across his molded seat, clasps thin air and shakes it like a magic 8-ball. His turquoise jumper's V-neck reveals a thin gold necklace, which he fondles while digressing into monologues on the genius of composer David Axelrod. Turner has been portrayed as aloof and evasive, but he is a man of pensive silences, an ambivalent overthinker trapped in an eccentric entertainer's body. He tries to describe orchestrating that new album, The Car. Rather than strings on top of rock, he says finally, I was interested in switching the rock band bit on and off. He tweaks levels on a mixing desk in his mind's eye. With the Sculptures song, the dizzyingly gorgeous Sculptures of Anything Goes, the rock band fader comes up for 2 bars here and there, and then it's switched back off. He inspects this thought, then flings out his arms and freezes. He looks like a magician alarmed the rabbit is missing from his hat. Slowly, he reboots. And I don't remember doing that quite so deliberately before, he concludes. A boyish smile. Phew. He clutches his chest. I didn't think I was gonna get to the end of that sentence. But Turner, 36, is nothing if not acutely self-aware and very funny with it. But surely this superstar, whose new haircuts trend on Twitter, is too famous to be such a brooder. Each of his 8 albums, including the 2 with The Last Shadow Puppets, his project with friend Miles Kane, has debuted number 1 in the UK. Since its 2013 release, the Monkees' juggernaut of a 5th album, AM, has taken just 1 week's holiday from the UK Top 100. It spent most of September back inside the top 10, after the band headlined Reading and Leeds festivals. The AM era lasted a couple of years, long enough for the Sheffield Boys' image as pomade-slick, leather-jacketed Los Angeles dirtbags to stick in the public memory for good. So when Arctic Monkeys got back to mischief, with 2018's fantastically strange Tranquility Base Hotel and Casino, fans were confounded. Turner had assembled a cast of distractible narrators to interrogate modern society, technology, politics, hyperreal LA, in a retrofuturist concept album set in a lunar colony. On stage, dressed like a 70s geography teacher, he now addressed crowds with comical formality. Skeptics said he had lost the plot, calling it an act of self-sabotage, or worse, a class betrayal. In Sheffield, somebody graffitied a coffin on a gate at Hunter's Bar, the area immortalized in fake tales of San Francisco. Hey Alex, the caption read. How's California?